In a world where technology is king and competition is fierce, how does your B2B technology company not just survive, but truly thrive? And it begins with two words: value proposition. That's the golden key that unlocks market success. But how do you craft a value proposition that resonates and truly delivers? In this episode, I unveil the secrets to designing a value proposition that will elevate your B2B technology company to unlock its full potential. Hello, I'm Michael Williamson, founder of Tech Growth Insights, where we believe penetrating insights drive growth for technology companies. I've spent over 25 years in senior leadership roles at major tech firms like O2, Vodafone, Staples, Equifax and Symantec, selling over $30 billion in tech products and services globally. Now I share that experience to help companies discover the customer market insights that enable strategic decisions and accelerate their growth. Join me as we explore the latest frameworks and stories about insights tech leaders can leverage to drive growth, build a winning brand and achieve long-term success in today's competitive landscape. And welcome back. And before we go into how to build a value proposition, I just want to go into the importance of why value propositions are really needed. And this is, I just want to emphasize this. This is a colleague of mine. I used to work with Andrew, who started this LinkedIn chain about essentially how he's, in his words, is being pitch slapped. So, and this is where outbound direct messaging, even as you'll see here, has an element of account-based marketing to it, is basically becoming more and more ineffectual, and it actually threatens to burn your credibility as an organisation. And that's really why we need to have a more strategic approach to the client journey, and the value proposition is a really critical component of that. But in this instance, I just minimise myself here. In this instance, what we're basically seeing is Andrew, he's talking about that their business, Social Value Portal, has recently achieved Series B, and then he's getting just a flood of inbound messages coming through, mostly emails. He's getting LinkedIn, the occasional phone call, but he believes that essentially they're not on point. The messages are just basically outbound blasting, even though there's obviously some kind of account-based marketing trigger around their Series B announcement. But what we can see from this is that it actually becomes really interesting, because this thread starts growing and growing and growing, and really emphasises the issues that are really manifest when we try and contact these without having a really strong value proposition. So Adrian Hipkiss, he's the global MD of another company, Carragon. He responds and basically says, yeah, it's very frustrating getting these kind of messages that these companies are essentially just burning their credibility, burning their trust. Is it just basically outbound mail bots? I guess it's cheaper. And then we then see the messages, the responses building, talking about spraying and praying. And then it goes on. And then other people who are getting all of these messages are coming in, talking about, oh, this is awful prospecting. These SDRs are just sending you pitch slaps. Shameless. It's just trigger-based marketing, trigger-based outbound contacts. There must be another way. So this is a real issue. So if you're in a tech company, you're trying to do outreach programs, and you're relying on just outbound communications, email, LinkedIn, even if you feel that companies are in market because they've been triggered some kind of account-based marketing to adopt some of the services that you've got, there's a real problem here, and there's a real problem in terms of making your credibility really suffer. So I think the way I'd like to classify this is that there's two ways to essentially amplify your brand in the market and your outreach programs. One is through false, and basically that's what we've just seen. We've seen a lot of false out there from SDRs, outbound marketing programs, trigger-based campaigns, just reaching out. They're dipping in to see if there's a problem that they can solve. But this is basically where companies start to become a pest, and you're a pest, and the credibility of your organisation is reduced, and then you burn whatever equity you might have in the marketplace by engaging in this kind of activity. But there is a better way, and that better way is through having power in your proposition and building a value proposition with power at the heart of it. And it really comes, as with everything, of course, with having insight. And insight is absolutely key in terms of really making sure that you're building a value proposition on a firm foundation. And then it depends who you're going after. You'll have decision makers, you'll have operational leads, but you really want to map out and have a firm understanding of those personas who either sit in their decision makers or their operational leads in the marketplace. And really, it's pretty straightforward in terms of what we want to do. We want to first compile or download a list of your current customers and then comb through it to identify the largest deals and the companies that you've sold to that you think have gotten the most out of your solution, service or product. Once you've got that, segment those contacts that you've got from your current customers into either decision makers or operational leads. And then we just simply want to talk to them. And we want to talk to them live. We want to talk to them over a video call so they feel comfortable. And we want to find out more about their purchase drivers. Why did they purchase a solution? Who was the final decision maker when making that purchase decision? What pain points were they looking to solve when they first purchased your solution? How has the product helped them solve those pain points? How do they use the product throughout the day? What would they say is the most valuable feature or functionality that you have? Why have you continued to use the product? And where did they first learn about the product? And where do they go for information now? And with that, doesn't take a lot, but then you can start to build really rich insight to start building your value proposition with. So from that, you'll basically have a picture of your customer needs, and then you'll basically have them segmented into your decision makers and then your operational leads. Both groups are just as important as the other. Your operational leads are going to be heavy influencers into the decision makers. They're obviously going to be rating your solution, building a lot of the specifications, and then the decision maker tends to be the budget holder who will then make that final decision, but typically with the heavy input of the operational leads. So having that clear segmentation is really important. Then back to, well, how do we make sure that we're building power in the offer and we're not just focused on letting our SDRs and our marketing teams go out there to basically force your message into the market? And essentially, what we want to do is to build just that. We want to build a power offer. And basically, power offers act as a customer magnet for companies that use them. And basically, they're the source of establishing growth momentum. That's one of the things that I learned a lot at my days at O2, Telefonica O2, that we are always bred into us. Focus on building the power offer, put power into the offer, because what it's going to do is it just means that your teams, your sales teams, your marketing teams have to row not so hard because you've got so much equity and connection with a customer in the offer from day one. So it's really worthwhile doing this because it becomes an asset of your organisation, your power offer. And that value creation starts with customers that spend money to have their needs satisfied, and then power offers maximise the perceived value to the target customers and help you differentiate your offer from all of those different sea of offers from your competitors. So power offers go, in fact, much, much deeper than value propositions because they're able to capture the unique delivery that only your firm can produce. And therefore, power offers stay unique to you. They're actually very, very difficult to replicate because they have your brand, your company, your firms, your service DNA, and it's very difficult to replicate. So let's talk about these and how do you actually build a power offer? Well, there's 5 key things. First is the customer transformation. So we get paid in technology and other markets for solving problems with our solutions and transforming the customer state from from bad to good. The second is, and I'm going to go into more of these in detail in a moment. The second is to productize your service. And here what we're trying to do is transform our service-based offering into a structured and standardized package that can be easily understood, priced and delivered to customers. It's got parameters around it. Your service becomes tangible, and it's almost something that you take from a service and you productize in a way that it can almost be plucked off a shelf. And we'll go into that more in a moment. Thirdly, you want to build in a unique delivery mechanism. That's basically a distinctive method or approach through which your product or service is delivered to customers that you can uniquely capture. Fourth, you want to think about a risk reversal. So this is a strategy or approach aimed at reducing or eliminating the perceived risks associated with making a purchase or engaging with a product or service. And this becomes really quite important if you're servicing CTOs, heads of IT infrastructure, because those folks, as well as the finance community, are very risk averse. They're obviously dealing with making large-scale technology investments, and they've seen how technology from vendors goes wrong. So they're incredibly risk averse. So if you're an unknown brand, making sure that you have a risk reversal in your offer is key. And then lastly, endorsements. And the more endorsements you have, the less amount of risk reversal you need to build in. If you've got lots and lots of case studies and references, you can downweight risk reversal. If you haven't got that many endorsements and customer testimonials, then your risk reversal needs to be upweighted to reinforce the value of your solution. So let's get into this. Let's talk about the first pillar here, the customer transformation. So what do we mean by that? Well, your customers, and here it's important to understand your customers' current state. And then you also want to understand their desired state. And the best sales and marketing organizations in the world, whether SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, they really understand this incredibly well. And what they're trying to do is to really agitate the customer's current state and then basically just scratch at it, just to make it feel worse. And they ask those penetrating questions. Is your world like this? Is your world operating like this? And that's because customers, when you approach them, you want to understand what is their pain point before you're even reaching out. You want to have had that understanding through your customer insight, what the needs are, what the pain points is that you're servicing. So when you're doing your reach out, you're already reaching out with those hooks in there. And then when people are reading those messages, they feel, oh, just like that person knows exactly who I am. That person just knows exactly the pain I'm going through. And then what that communication does ever so well is to then build the desired state. What if your world looked like this? Currently, your world looks like this. You're going through this pain as a CIO, CTO. You're getting blamed by the rest of the organization that you're not moving fast enough, that you're holding the rest of the business up, that our competition is moving a lot quicker than we are because we're stuck on the legacy IT infrastructure. But your desired state is that you have an agile infrastructure that can basically support business growth, support business objectives. So that level of really understanding what the customer's current state is and where do they want to get to build that into the proposition and your playbook from day one. And then in terms of summarizing that, you might want to summarize that in a quantifiable end result. So what does it actually mean when the customer reaches that desired state? What does that mean in terms of the number of tickets that are coming through? Is that an 80% reduction in tickets? Is that they've their uptime is much higher than before? What does that actually look like in terms of quantifying that and actually putting some percentages on that? You'll find this communication out there from these great tech companies have really got this dialed in. They know precisely the pain points. They know precisely those desired outcomes, and they're able to express those in quantifiable end results that the customer will really be pulled into. So this would be the first step. The second step is to productize your service. I just want to explain this a little bit. So this is the process of transforming a service-based offering into a structured and standardized package that can be easily understood, priced and delivered to customers. And that involves creating a tangible and defined product-like experience around a service, often with a set of features, benefits and pricing. We're trying to make this as tangible as possible because selling services, whether you're in software or you're in communications or you're within cybersecurity or you're within any of those kind of service categories, it can feel very different. What am I actually buying? What are the parameters of that? And then by productizing a service, businesses aim to provide clarity to customers about what they will receive, simplifying the buying process and establishing a clear value proposition. It allows customers to see the service as a distinct and measurable offering with specific deliverables, making it easier to understand and evaluate. So you can see how it's packaged and how it will essentially help within that client transformation. And the benefits of productizing a service include increased perceived value, improved scalability, simplified marketing and sales processes. Everybody understands what they're trying to do. Sales and marketing are working together to enhance the customer experience. And then it enables businesses to differentiate themselves in the market, create pricing models, and effectively communicate the value of their services to customers. And the way we're going to do that is to think about this, what I would call a product ladder. So you want to, if you are in a service, technology service field, sector, sub-niche, you want to be breaking down your packages. So rather than selling a big block of a service, what is your entry selling service? That is your initial package, package A. Could be something like a readiness assessment. It could be some kind of broad scoping solution that you've got. And that would be package A. And then once you've then sold that in, which might be an audit or readiness assessment, then based upon that, you can then sell in package B. And then package B would be maybe your proof of concept. And then package C is to basically scale out the proof of concept, the pilot across multiple users, and then package D might be the managed services that go behind that, etc., etc. And so suddenly you've got, in your time frame, you're basically building up these packages, you're building up your revenue, and suddenly from selling something in at 10k, then you're getting 610k over a 40-week period, because you're building that product ladder into your value proposition from day one, rather than a lot of these outreach messages you get, we do X, can we sell you this service? Can we have a meeting with you? And it's, well, what is it? What am I, there's that gulf of clarity which makes it difficult to perceive what am I actually getting. So that's going to be very important in terms of building that into your overall value proposition. Then the next one, the third one on the list, is the unique delivery mechanism. So this is basically a distinct method or approach through which a product or service is delivered to customers. And it sets apart a company's offering from competitors by providing a distinct value proposition or an innovative way of delivering the product or service that meets customer needs in a unique or compelling manner. And then this unique delivery mechanism can include aspects such as the use of advanced technology, specialized processes, tailored customer experiences, efficient logistics, or creative distribution channels. And then essentially what we're doing here is to enhance the overall customer experience, help differentiate the company in the market, what's different, what's unique, and then attracting customers by aligning that unique delivery mechanism to exactly what the desired state is, and then creating a competitive advantage. That all goes into the power of your offer. So I'll give you some examples. We'll look at some other categories first, and we'll bring it back to technology. But if we look at KFC, there's lots of different, chicken places, Kentucky Fried Chicken and Dixie Fried Chicken and Tennessee Fried Chicken and all of those. But only KFC has a secret recipe developed by Colonel Harlan Sanders. So that secret recipe is what sets KFC apart from all of the other chicken places. Now, how secret that is, who knows? But that is their unique delivery mechanism. Coca-Cola, they brand this as the world's most tightly guarded trade secret, which is their secret recipe that goes into their cola. So there's lots of other colas out there, but only Coca-Cola have this special guarded trade secret. So they amplify that to basically capture the value out of it, to make it unique in terms of the taste experience that you're going to get. If we bring this closer to technology services, which are some of the most intangible things to sell, if we look at some of the leading players who are doing really well on this, they've really understood how to build unique delivery mechanisms. So you've got Deloitte, Accenture, McKinsey, PwC, EY, KPMG. So a lot of those are selling technology consultancy, or they're selling business transformation. Quite a intangible thing to sell. How do you differentiate versus other organisations? Well, Deloitte have their solution delivery model. That's their unique delivery mechanism that they've branded in as a systematic approach to delivering high quality, innovative solutions to clients. Accenture, well, they talk about their high performance business model, which is a collaborative approach to solving complex business problems and delivering value to clients. McKinsey, they talk about their problem-solving approach, which is a data-driven structured methodology for solving complex business challenges, which is different. They're talking about data, structured methodology, Accenture are talking about collaboration as their way of solving it, and Deloitte are then talking about a systematic. They're talking about delivering innovation, which is different to the other two. And then PwC talk about their experience-led transformation, which is customer-centric approach to transforming businesses. So they bring in transformation into that through the use of technology and data analytics. EY talk about building a better world, a comprehensive approach to solving business challenges and improving organisational performance. And then KPMG have their advisory-led approach, which is a holistic approach to solving business problems by combining technical expertise and business acumen. All quite different, but this is not just marketing fluff. They've actually, if we break down McKinsey's approach, which is their problem-solving approach, they've got a very structured way of dealing with that problem-solving process, and then how they showcase that to prospective clients, why they're different. And then beyond that, they've detailed their internal processes of how the teams are actually going to work together on each stages of that to bring that value to the client. So it's not just in terms of looking good in front of the client, they're able to deliver off the back of this. So they've actually got set playbooks internally, and they use this as part of their training in terms of how they're actually delivering this service. So this is very important in sectors, markets where you've got risk-averse buyers. So you're dealing with a CEO, a CTO, those kinds of decision makers. You're dealing with much high, big ticket items, 6-figure, 7-figure sales, as McKinsey will be. You need to give that what comes next, what I'm actually buying. So here you're buying identification of the problem, a definition of the problem to be solved, the assessment of its current state route, the design solutions to look at potential solutions, and then testing the solutions to ensure that you're looking at the overall problem and the impact of those solutions. And then finally, you're looking at how to sustainably share and continuously improve. So you're not just buying a bit of consulting, you're buying all of that value packaged up in a very unique way. And that's what these organisations do incredibly well. And that's one of the beating heart. How do you differentiate a service-based business? This is a key mechanism to that. The next one is the fourth one is the risk reversal. So here, risk reversal is aimed at reducing or eliminating the perceived risks associated with making a purchase or engaging with a product or service. It involves guarantees, warranties, trial periods, or other assurances that give customers confidence and peace of mind when making a buying decision. And the goal here is to shift the risk from the customer to the business, thereby increasing the customer's willingness to take action and make a purchase. And by implementing risk reversal strategies, businesses aim to address common concerns or objections that customers may have, such as the fear of making a wrong decision, the worry of wasting money, or the uncertainty of the product or service living up to expectations. So the guarantee is more than a promise to return the prospect's money or to provide the service free for a limited time. The right guarantee should build a relationship with your customers and inspire trust. It's much more than just a returns policy with some strings attached. And the guarantee is possibly the strongest sales tool that a company can leverage. It tells a prospect that you stand behind and you believe in your solution or service so much that you're willing to back it by giving them their money back. And to risk-averse buyers like we find in IT, a solid hassle-free guarantee is a significant benefit. And there are three basic things that you can guarantee. You can either guarantee your product, you can guarantee your service, or you can guarantee the results that you deliver. So we'll take a look at some examples. Here is probably one of the most well-known. It's from obviously a different category, but one of the most well-known risk reversals, which really blew up Domino's Pizza. And Domino's Pizza, they were coming into a crowded market. They didn't want to deliver the best pizza, the better tasting pizza. They had others like Papa John's who were talking about, the rich aroma and the high quality ingredients. No, Domino's just said fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or it's free. And that was their delivery guarantee. That's the risk reversal. We're going to deliver it in 30 minutes or it's free. And if you think about it, if you're a family and you've taken your kids out to soccer practice or swimming or whatever, and you've got some hungry kids, what do you want to do? Do you want the best tasting pizza from that's had all this different flavors, or do you just want it fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or it's free? You're going to go for that. And so Domino's really understood this is not just about having a risk reversal. They understood who their customer was, which was basically mum and dad, who had a big hungry mouth of kids to feed, or the college student who has just got home from college and basically wanted pizza. They wanted to eat straight there and then. They didn't want to wait a long time. So boom. So this is one of the most famous from another category, but Amazon probably took it to the next level with from their retail business with their Amazon A to Z guarantee. So complete risk reversal that there was always kind of hassle about buying things online. Can I return it? Am I stuck with it? But Amazon just took all of that complexity out and said to the customer, just buy it, and if you don't like it, we'll guarantee your refund. So they took that to the next level, and understanding about the critical insight that occurs in online shopping, which is, if I don't like it, can I send it back? And they made it as a guarantee. But we're seeing that you don't have to be an Amazon or a Domino's to do this. There's many smaller businesses who do this very well. These are some others in other categories. I'll go through some technology examples in a moment. But this fella here, Drew Nickel, your home sold guaranteed or we'll buy it. If you think about the target audience, what do you actually want when you put your home for sale? You don't want it sitting around for 2 years. You want it sold. Now, there's, I'm sure, some T's and C's beyond here. Conditions apply. But it's even got the .com, your home sold guarantee.com. Drew understands the risk reversal here about there's a risk with going with an agent. Are they going to sell it? Drew's saying, we'll take it off the table. We're going to sell your home, guaranteed, or we'll buy it. This is another example here. This is from web development. And this is really talking about their SEO services. They're willing to guarantee that you'll move up the ranks. 100% money back guarantee. We take all the risk so you don't have to. Wow. I mean, that's a pretty amazing offer. If you're thinking about buying SEO, you're paying for a result. You want the result. And if you don't get the result with this company, you get your money back. Udemy. So Udemy, the online course organisation, they want people to purchase courses online. They've got a great business model, which is backed by the Udemy 30-day promise. 100% money back guarantee. So you can essentially buy a course. If you don't like it in 30 days, just press the button, request a refund, and you get all your money back. So it basically removes the risk. Oh, is this course any good? Is it not? I'm not sure. Or just pilot it. If you like it, keep it. If you don't, get a refund. This is American Heating and Cooling, so HVAC. So if you think about HVAC, lots of companies doing HVAC, but they've got 100% money back guarantee that if you're not, for any reason, don't feel that it's a great purchase and you're not 100% satisfied, you just get your money back. Whether it's an installation or a service, it doesn't really matter. So this really helps businesses to take away some of the issues with dealing with unknown brands, smaller brands, or even larger organisations where there's actually very complex, risky purchases. Even happens in auto. So look at Toyota, 3-day, 200-mile, worry-free, bring it back guarantee. Wow. So I can just take a Toyota, drive it 200 miles. If I don't like it, just bring it back and get my money back. That's amazing. So obviously a lot of the thought process is, I'll do a test drive, but would I like the way the car drives? Well, here, just jump in it, drive it for 3 days, and then bring it back if you don't like it. And then looking a little bit closer to home in terms of tech, what we see is that this is a crypto signals company, and they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. If we don't deliver you a 60% signal win rate, just get your money back. So I can trial it. It's delivering and guaranteeing the results of the product. That if then it's not delivering what it says it's going to, you can just get your money back. And then this is another home sale, slightly different. This one is your home sold in under 30 days guaranteed, or I'll sell it for free. So it's not we'll buy it, but he'll not take any commission and he'll sell it for free. So again, a nice risk reversal when you're thinking about taking an agent. And this spreads into airline companies. So this is Jetstar from Australia. And basically they've got a customer guarantee, which is the thing about buying airline tickets is this the cheapest? Should I continue looking around? Well, here they're saying we're the cheapest, or if we find we're not, we'll give you 10%. We'll beat it by 10%. So we'll give you the gap. So if you find it for cheaper, we'll beat that again and give you the differential, the money back. So it just takes that issue, am I buying the right one, off the table immediately. So they really understand a buy. It's a price-sensitive market, airline seats, and they address that straight away. So essentially there are a lot of service businesses that could easily guarantee their service. For an example, an accountant could guarantee that they'd process your accounts by your due date, your CPA, with the authorities. A telephone answering service could guarantee that they'll answer the phone within 30 seconds. An IT business could guarantee that they will respond to your support request within 30 minutes of the call. But a lot of businesses don't do this, and they fail to use this type of guarantee, which is surprising considering that their primary product is an experience-based through their service. The key question, get asked a lot, can't a money-back guarantee put my business at risk? Well, if you guarantee your solution or service, then yes, there's a chance that you will have some invalid refunds, but it's just a part of being in business that the benefits of a guarantee are increased sales, stronger customer relationship. They generally outweigh profits lost from the occasional unfounded refund. It's one of the things that I used when I was vice president of Staples across Europe. I launched Price Match right across the store portfolio to take pricing off the table for staples, for technology products and solutions, basically all products. The percentage of people that would actually use that and claim it and find it somewhere else cheaper was 0.2%. It was tiny. But in terms of the uplift in sales, price match has a significant benefit, and it had a significant benefit in terms of sales. And the only time you'll run a significant risk with a strong guarantee is if the solution or service isn't strong enough to justify the price. So there's overcharging, or you're under-delivering on your promises, which can cause higher refund rates. If your customers take advantage of the guarantee, you might want to then consider the promises and possibly the quality of the solution or service itself. Here's some examples closer to home. So Shopify start free trial. And you can see it's bold. It's the thing that stands out the most on the page. Start free trial to get you up and running straight away. And even the announcement bar, start a free trial and enjoy 3 months of Shopify for £1 per month on selected plans. Sign up now. Takes the risk out of using Shopify straight away. HubSpot, get started free. 2 buttons at the top right and at the bottom. Get started free. Slack, try for free. Again, big button in the top right. And then below where you put your sign up, Slack is free to try for as long as you like. Wow. So that's compelling in terms of the risk reversal. If I don't like it, it's not as if I'm being charged. I don't pay. Brilliant. Let me try it. Xero, try Xero for free. Wow. So again, I'm building the engagement straight away into my SaaS product by allowing my customers to try it for free. And then finally AWS here, with AWS their free tier, just to get developers just to start experimenting, engaging in the platform, their products and services. Just use a free tier, start building some stuff, because they know that this is very, very sticky. As soon as I create an AWS account and put some data in and start making some movement in that data, then I'm going to start building onto it. So this is how they leverage that. Sorry, finally, Freshworks, big bold button, start free trial. Even in the top right, free trial. Really important in SaaS, taking that risk out and getting that early adoption to get customers to start using it and trialing it. And then finally, endorsements. Endorsements are really important. So when you go onto a website, we'll talk about this in a moment now actually. This is an organisation, this is a lead generation company called Growthonics. And you can see here, trusted by more than 300 companies. And they've got some big logos on there. American Express, Spotify, JustPart, DoorDash, Quantcast, Time Inc., Ding. And when they're sending out their communications, their messages, they will also always put these at the bottom of the email, on any kind of LinkedIn, on their websites. So it's that credibility coming through straight away. And then you look at the bottom right, they've got 4.6 star ratings powered by Clutch, the independent review site. So what this basically does, it cuts through. So if you're receiving a piece of communication from Growthonics, you're looking at, wow, these other organisations are trusting them. Therefore, it must be relevant. They must be a good company. So you're breaking through that straight away by building that into your power offer. I often get the question, well, how many of these endorsements should you get? How many case studies? How many references? Well, of course, there's a diminishing curve. There's a diminishing curve here that as your number of third-party endorsements go up, the impact on the value of your offer does tail off. But depends on the category you're operating in. You will need to have a set amount that can push you over the line to get enough credibility. Depends on the risk appetite of your category. So there you have it. Those would be the 5 key elements if you're operating in tech to really build into your proposition to build a power offer, to really ensure that when you're building your outreach programs that you've got a value proposition which cuts across all your different customer touch points. So when your outreaches come through, these elements are built into your power offer. All the different touch points in terms of your sales, your marketing, your power offer is coming through. So you've got your customer transformation, you're productizing your service, your unique delivery mechanism, your risk reversal, and then you're featuring those endorsements. So I really hope this video has been useful. You'll find on your screen here some other videos that I've shot. So if you like this content, subscribe to this channel. Have a look at the other videos that I've shot. We talk about going to some elements around other aspects of the client delivery in order to ensure that you're being successful as much as you can in this really competitive landscape. So once again, thank you ever so much for joining this video. And yeah, thank you, and bye-bye.